All right, I'm going to pick back up right here because it, for some reason, cut my video off. But 4 will not work on a binomial times a trinomial. 4 only works when you're multiplying two binomials, which is why I really just teach double distribution on all of them. But I'm going to show you the trick, okay? First of all, you got to know what FOIL stands for. FOIL stands for first, okay, outer, and then here we got inner and last. So you can remember first, outer, inner, and last. It gives you an easy way to multiply, again, two binomials. But now, if you're uncomfortable using the FOIL method, use double distribution. Again, it works on a binomial times a binomial. Double distribution does. Or a binomial times a trinomial. Whereas 4 will only work on when you're multiplying two binomials, okay? And let me explain first, outer, inner, last, guys. Okay, so if you look, when I say first, I'm going to color code these two. What's first in each set? If I can get rid of that. So first in this set, first in this set is an X and first in that set is a Y. So your first two terms, and it has it here as well. First in each set, that's your first. The product of your first two terms here is just X, Y. Okay, and then you're going to go to outer. What's on the outside of each one? Like, what's on the outside of the whole thing together? So what's on the outside here? And basically the outside is the end pieces. Okay? So if you look at this as one big thing, what's on the end? Well, X is on the end and 10 is on the end. That's the outside. So it's like the outside edges, guys. Okay? So on the outside edges, we have a X and a 10. So the product of an X and a 10 is 10X. I'm going to do the outside. I'm going to tell y'all something. I didn't spell this. This is not mine. Because you don't spell 4 like that. You spell 4 FOIL. Okay? It should be XY and then it should be 10X. But it really doesn't matter. I'll be honest. But if you're going to follow FOIL, I'm going to put XY and then 10X. And then the inner. The inner is simply what's on the inside, the innermost part. So the innermost pieces or numbers or terms are 3 and Y. They're bunched up on the inside, okay? They're on the inside. So the product of 3 and Y is 3Y. And then last is what's last in each set. So what's last in this set? A 3. What's last in this set? A 10, and you can see it here. Last, a 3. Last, a 10. And as you can see, there are no like terms. So you just write XY plus 3Y plus 10X plus 10. And that's if you don't like double distribution. Me, I'll be honest, I just prefer to distribute twice. Okay, I'm going to practice 4 on this, guys. So I'm going to write first, outer, inner. You know, I don't want to do it that way. I'm going to write first, outer, inner, and last. So the two that are first, X and Y. So the product of X and Y is XY. Okay, outer. Well, what's on the outside? 10 and X. So that's positive 10X. What's on the inside? The inside is 5 and Y. So that's positive 5Y. And what's last in each set? Well, last in each set is a 5 and a 10. When I say last in each set, I mean last in each set of parentheses. So the product of 5 and 10 is 50. And I see I have no like terms. So it's XY plus 10X plus 10Y plus 50. Again, you have to remember first is what's first in the set. Okay. Last is what's last in the set. I'm talking about set, I'm talking about parentheses. All right, let's go ahead and go with this. And you can pause the video and try it if you want to. All right, first in each set, you have x squared and x. Well, x squared times x is just x to the third power. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take care of my outer. What's outside? What's on the outer edges? On the outer edges, I have x squared and 9. That product is positive 9x squared. What's on the inside? What's on the innermost parts? That's 1x and x. Excuse me, 1 and x, which is positive 1x. And what's last in each set? Well, last in each set is a 1. I want a different color. A 1 and a 9. 1's last in the first set of parentheses. 9's last in the second set of parentheses. So 1 times 9 is 9. And do I have any like terms? No. So it's x to the third power plus 9x squared plus 1x plus 9. Now, if you don't like this method, use double distribution, guys. Okay. And let's look at 8. First, outer, inner, last. Well, my first terms are x and x. X times x, put my imaginary ones, becomes x squared. My two outside terms are what's on the outside edges, x and 5, so that's positive 5x. So on the innermost part, there'll be negative 5 and x. And what's last in each set? Last here is negative 5. Last here is positive 5. It's negative 25. And yes, I do have like terms. These two are like terms, and they cancel each other. So my answer is x squared minus 25. I'm going to put one more up here. Okay, and I'm going to put a y. I mean, it could be anything. It's a binomial, so you're fine. I don't know why that keeps doing that. Okay, let's go with first, outer, inner, and last. So I'm going to take the two first terms. That's x squared times x squared. So write 1x and add your exponents. 2 plus 2 is 4. What's on the outside? Outside here is x squared. Outside here is 5y with the outside edges. So that gives me 5x squared y. What's on the inside? Negative 3x squared. And what's last in each set? Well, last here is negative 3. Last here is 5y. That's negative 15y. There are no like terms, so this is x to the fourth plus 5x squared y minus 3x squared minus 15y. And that's all you do. I'm going to put one more up. Okay, and I'm going to use foil on that one. Okay, first in each set is an x and an x. So x times x with the understood ones is x squared. On the outside of each set, there's x and 7y. X times 7y is positive 7xy. In the innermost parts, I have negative 3y and x, which is just negative 3xy. You could have put negative 3yx, but it's the same thing. I put mine in alphabetical order. And then what's last in each set? Negative 3y is last and positive 7y is last. Negative 3. No, I don't want that. Negative 3y and positive 7y. put your understood ones. It's going to give you negative 21y to the second power. So when I write this out, you're going to end up with x squared plus 7x. Oh, no, hold on 1 second. I don't want to write that out like that because I have some like terms. So over here, my like terms are 7xy and negative 3xy. Okay, which gives me negative 4xy. So when you get those like terms, remember, don't change your exponents. So I'm going to write the first part, which was x squared. Combine these two. That makes positive 4xy. And then this isn't like anything, so I just write negative 21y squared. All right, your job is going to be to work on your homework, which is going to be on page 427, 2 through 22 even. And I'm going to upload, let me make sure. Yeah, I'm going to upload that. Guys, if you see anything that looks like this on your homework, that just means x minus 5 times x minus 5. And then you can use double distribution of 4 because it's a binomial times a binomial, okay? Just making sure I got them all. Yeah, I think we'll be okay with 2 through 22 even. I just want to make sure you have one of each type. You're going to see something like this. Okay. If you see something like that, and it's just straight multiplication. There's no distributive property because they're all mashed together, and it's just a monomial times a monomial times another monomial. Okay, so you don't have to worry about trying to use a distributive property, just straight multiplication. So you multiply negative 5 times 2 is negative 10 times 4 is negative 40. You have x squared times x to the 5th. It's going to give you x to the 8th. And for the y, you're going to have y times y to the 5th times y to the 3rd power. That will give you y to the 9th. So that's what that will look like. Let me make sure I have the other ones. Yeah, that's going to be fine. All right, you should be fine. So again, you're going to go to page 227. And you're going to work 2 through 22 even. But make sure you get all these notes, guys. All right, thank you.